Choun was wondering why she was ranting all these things to a little girl. Snaya got this thing on her that she gets in trouble with another concubine always, but Yewa is forced to apologize, like an elementary school teacher. The other concubines end up apologizing to Sonia since they want to be in the good grace of Yewa. Because this is always happening, Sonia has already gotten used to it. She then shows her smile to Choun, asking her if she was upset. It's her tactic to lure the concubine into being confined with her and slowly coaxing them back. This strategy works pretty well, and a lot of people leave alone because they feel better, but they eventually come to their senses later on. Sonia decided to send Choun back before she started ranting again. She told Choun that it was nice she came to her palace and that she would take her to the door. At the door, she realized that Choun hadn't said anything wrong. During an important meeting, the owner's young daughter came in, which could cause annoyance to the people in the meeting. Sanyang expected Choun to pretend the daughter of her stupid boss was mistaken, and that she would just go quietly since she listened to her. She smiled brightly at Choun, who simply looked back at her. Choun said that she would be leaving that day, which made Sonia celebrate internally. But before finally leaving the room, Choun reminded Sonia that in the next meeting she couldn't make up anything, which shocked Sonia. She firmly told Choun no, asserting that she hadn't made it up. Choun then confirmed with her whether she really knew about the old crop she was discussing in the meeting. She reprimanded Sonia for not lying, questioning what the envoys, who would join them on Foundation Day, would think if she continued to lie. Mad and annoyed, Sonia couldn't help but think that she didn't care about that because she wasn't going to inherit the crown. However, the mention of envoys piqued her interest. She inquired about the envoys who would be visiting the empire, and Choun confirmed their arrival. That sparked the idea in Sonia's mind that there might be a possibility they would bring sweet potatoes as a tribute. Sonia told Choun that if she provided her with the crop, she would deliver it to her. Choun couldn't believe what Sonia was proposing. After some consideration, she decided to give Sonia a chance. Choun informed Sonia that if she could find the crop, she would grant her one wish. They finally reached an agreement. Choun even prompted Sonia to reveal her wish in exchange for the refreshment she served, but Sonia shook her head, assuring her that she would definitely bring her the crop. With that, Choun smiled and tapped Sonia's head. She advised Sonia to take care of Yewa, noting that it was the first time she had seen Yewa care for someone so deeply. After Churn's remark to Sonia, she began to wonder if Churn's affection was also influenced by Yewa's power, although Yewa herself didn't comprehend what love entailed. It's already nighttime, and Sonia is jotting down the day's events. She ponders that she can only speculate about what may unfold in the future, still grappling with how to structure the original content of the novel. Initially, she had no intentions of drawing attention to herself. Her initial goal was simply, let's not go wild, intending to live quietly in her surroundings. But now, everything has shifted. She's resolved to leverage all the knowledge she's gleaned from reading the novel. It took hours before Sonia finished what she was doing. She couldn't even recall what she had written, the urgency stemmed from Churn's words. In Sonia's mind, she hadn't even considered the possibility of becoming the country's successor. There were many unspecified figures in power, and she was determined not to become heir to the throne. However, regardless of her reluctance, if Yewa asked her to take on that role, she felt she had no choice but to comply. She lacked the confidence to confront intimidating figures directly. She had to remind herself of the loyalists who would support and encourage her. Sonia is too sleepy to continue writing, but she has a lot of things to finish. She remembers from the novel that there is someone next to the Amopera, an extraordinary female concubine. She found out that this character is active repeatedly, and there's direct entanglement with the Emperor's harem. A character with little weight and no detailed description, but with the help of a great-brained concubine, the real Sonia was able to solve a number of troublesome national issues. She can guess who it is. The close aide to the emperor. She understands why they are doing well despite the sharp winds of jealous concubines. Who would dare touch the emperor's bamboo? Her first meeting with Chiun wasn't that great. It certainly showed a strong, weak attitude and high morality. As she expected, there's no one like Choun, and she has to get her to her side. The problem is that Choun sees Sonia as a child, and she knows that there's no one in the palace who is not, and that there's no reason for her to approach Choun now. She then decided that the only way was for her to find the sweet potato crop. That was the only way she could prove her ability to Choun. It will be her stepping stone for them to talk about other things. She looked out, and it seemed like it was already morning. She decided to wrap up everything and go to sleep. She was awakened by a letter floating inside her room. She was shocked to see the letter, and it eventually went near her, flowing in front of her. The letter is from her father, letting her know that he will see her soon, which scared her. After reading the short letter, it turned into flames. Scared, she hopped down from her bed and called for her ladies-in-waiting. She looked for everyone. No one is answering her call. Upon opening the door, it was Hisa, who was surprised to see her too. Scared, she asked Hisa where she came from, and Hisa answered that she just went to get water for her to use to wash her face. She then asked about Gowan, Yeoryu, and even Sion. She told Sonia that those two bodyguards went out to get some snacks, and for Sion went to prepare her breakfast. Sanaya is shaking because she is still scared. Hisa gave her a tight hug, asking her what happened or if she had a nightmare. She just answered yes. She did not expect that Gyun would drop by like that. Sonia is wondering how Gyun could know where exactly she is among the many rooms of the palace, and precisely when she would be alone. She is worried. What should she do? All the consorts have powers, which is why there aren't any soldiers in the imperial palace to protect her. She wonders what will happen if she is alone again the next time something like that happens. She told Hisa to gather all the shadows in the afternoon, because she had something to ask them. That afternoon, just like Sonia ordered, everyone was gathered. As usual, Yeoryu is trying to keep the other shadows away from her. Sonia is watching the shadows fool around in her old palace. She was planning to apologize for overtaxing the shadows the last time, but now she doesn't feel like that anymore after seeing them. She was about to start, when the shadows started getting rowdy and crazy again. Yeoryu and Gowan won't stop fighting and arguing. She decided to wait for them to finish fighting, and then she finally decided to speak. She told them that she had something to request from them. They told her that she didn't need to make a request, and that she simply needed to order them. She asked them to teach her some martial arts moves. With what she said, everyone was shocked, and she can't imagine learning martial arts.